Hello, future engineers, subscribers, viewers, and students. Here are additional problems in rigid bodies in equilibrium to reinforce you with the concepts on how to attack problems in equilibrium. So here we go. The length of the bar is L, which is equal to 4 feet. Its weight, W, is 6 pounds, acts at the midpoint of the bar. That's the figure. The floor and wall are smooth. The spring is unstretched when angle alpha is 0. If the bar is in equilibrium when alpha is 40 degrees, what is the spring constant K? Then in problem 62, the weight W of the bar acts at its midpoint. The floor and the wall are smooth. So this floor and this wall here, smooth. The spring is unstretched when the angle alpha is 0 degrees. So that is when this bar is vertical, alpha is 0, and the length or the height or the length of this bar when standing in vertical position is L, is alpha is 0. So determine the angle alpha at which the bar is in equilibrium in terms of the weight W, the spring constant K, and the length of this bar. So I will present first the solution to problem 62, and the results of problem 62 will be used or shall be used to answer this question or problem 61. So for problem 62, here is the free body diagram. So the directly applied force would be the weight of the bar. So it is acting at the midpoint or center of this bar here. And we expect normal reaction at 2. I'll call this 2, perpendicular to this smooth surface. And we also have N1 perpendicular to this vertical wall, smooth vertical wall. And the tension in the spring, of course, it is tension because it is stretched. So the force in the spring should be expected tension. And the tension force is away from the point of application. Remember, by Hooke's law, this tensile force is equal to the spring constant times the change in displacement of this spring, which is this, since at its vertical position, the bar's vertical position, the length is L, and it's in this final position, equilibrium position, the length becomes, in terms of alpha, hypotenuse L times cosine of that alpha. Some of you are still have trouble in computing the components of distance in a right triangle. So I hope that you can now master it, because if your problem is still on components or resolution of force or computing this distance, then I'm sure it will take you 4 failures, 4 uh, offerings of statics before you can maybe pass or survive. But that's my estimate, at least 4 times. So that means it may be 5 times or forever in your life you cannot master this, especially in statics. Most of the students will have troubles in solving problems in statics because you lack of practice. So let me continue. So this is L cosine theta. So therefore, this is also hypotenuse sine of alpha. Sorry, L cosine of alpha. Angle is alpha. So L sine alpha. Because this is the midpoint of the bar, this horizontal distance is half of L sine of alpha. So that's the complete free body diagram of this bar and with level dimensions. So first, I have to sum up moments about 1. For equilibrium or static equations, it may be in any order as long as you use those 3 equations of statics for 2D equilibrium. Summation forces horizontal equals 0, summation forces vertical equals 0, and summation of moment about a point is 0, because this is now in equilibrium. So supposedly the equations of statics are clear. You have to set x component, y component, and summation of moment 0. So summation moment about point 1 equals 0, then summation forces x equals 0 in any order. So delta S from this figure is equal to L minus L cosine of alpha, and factoring out L, so L times 1 minus cosine of alpha. So summation forces horizontal or x equals 0. Since there's no other horizontal force or inclined force with horizontal component, we say that N1 equals 0 as shown. So knowing that N1 equals 0, we now reinforce another equation, which is summation of moments about point 1 equals 0. So considering counterclockwise positive, N2 is counterclockwise, so N2 times moment arm L sine of alpha, then supposedly minus W times this moment arm. I just transpose that negative W times moment arm to the right. So in other words, counterclockwise moment equals clockwise moment. So this is the clockwise moment, W times L over 2 sine of alpha. So cancelling out L sine of alpha, then N2 is equal to W over 2. Then the third equation that is not yet used is summation forces vertical or y equals 0. Then we have upward tension T plus N2, which is N2 here, minus W equals 0 or equals W. Upward forces equals downward forces. So there's only one downward force, which is W. Substitute the value of T, which is KL, then we have 1 minus cosine alpha plus N2, which is W over 2 found here, equals W. So distribute KL minus KL cosine alpha, W minus W over 2 is W over 2. So transpose negative KL to the right, W over 2 to the left. So KL minus W over 2 equals KL cosine of alpha. Then simplifying or dividing everything by KL, KL over KL is 1, minus W over 2 KL equals cosine of alpha. Then by algebra, cross multiply, simplify the left side, 2 KL minus W over 2 KL equals cosine of alpha. Finally, alpha is inverse cosine of this quantity. So inverse cosine of quantity 2 KL minus W over 2 KL. Then for problem 61, we now use these results, or from the results here, this one, to simplify. So cosine of alpha is from this equation here, but I will not use that final form. I'll go back to this part here. So factoring out KL, so KL times 1 minus cosine alpha equals W over 2, because W minus W over 2 is W over 2. So substituting KL is 4 feet, then quantity 1 minus cosine 40 degrees, alpha is 40 degrees here, is equal to weight 6 pounds over 2. So this is 3 pounds, this is in feet, so the unit of stiffness is pound per foot. So calculating using your calculator, 3 divided by 4.75 divided by quantity 1 minus cosine of 40 degrees, that's 3.206 pounds per foot. So that's it for these two problems. So for this second problem, we have here a parallel force system, and parallel for systems are easy to manage. And here we go. We simply apply Varignon's theorem here. The 5 parallel forces shown are in equilibrium. So we have FA, FB, second, then third, fourth, fifth. Find the distance D of the 3 kilonewton load from FA so that FB, this force here, is twice FA. Then additional question, also find D so that FB is a maximum. Then what is the corresponding value of the maximum force FB? So for the first part, so since FB is 2 times FA as given here, we simply apply summation of moments about A equals 0 to solve for FA. So counterclockwise positive. So we have 2FA, moment arm 21, then minus 3 times D, minus 6 times quantity D plus 1.2, then minus 6 times quantity D plus 4.2, 1.2 plus 3 is 4.2 equals 0. So simplifying this equation, we have 42FA, then negative 3D minus 6D minus 6D, that's negative 15D, and negative 6 times 1.2 minus 6 times 4.2 would be negative to the right, then we have positive 32.4. Call that equation 1. Then summation forces Y equals 0, FA plus 2FA equals the sum of this vertical downward loads, so 3 plus 6 plus 6. So FA from this equation, 3FA equals 15, so 15 over 3, FA is 5 kilonewtons. Having found FA, we substitute into equation 1 to solve for D. 42 times 5 minus 15D equals 32.4. So solving for D, D is 11.84 meters. So likewise for the second part, so in the second part, this is the end. So therefore, if you were on this side here, you will feel that you will carry greater load if this one of the heaviest loads will be over this support, over you. And if there is an extension here, an overhang, then to maximize FB, this 6 kilonewton load should be placed at the end of that overhang, and the rest will be at the same distance. So therefore, because this is the end of this beam here, then by common sense, we have to place 6 kilonewtons over this. So this is the position of the heaviest load over this support, and try to think it in the actual real world. Then you must agree, or you can agree based on your common sense, that for this reaction to be maximum, or if you were the one holding this, just imagine this plank here, and you carry these loads together with your friend maybe, then you will be carrying the heaviest load if one of the heaviest loads is over you, over your shoulder or this support. So having placed the loads here, we can now compute FB max by summing up moments about point A equals 0. So we have counterclockwise positive again, so counterclockwise equals clockwise moment. So FB max times 21 equals 3 times, this should be 16.8. 16.8 is 21 meters minus 3 minus 1.2. So FB max times 21 equals 3 times 16.8 plus 6 times 16.8 plus 1.2 is 18 meters, then plus 6 times 21, of course. So solving for FB max is 13.54 kilonewtons. So that's it for this video, and we expect additional problems in statics because we have limited time in the lecture, so I will add more problems in statics to satisfy your wants. So as an additional problems exercise for you to solve and practice. But for the other problems that I uploaded in YouTube and in Bagler, then you must solve them by stopping the video. So it's like a reviewer. You have to solve the problem, then compare your answers. If you are stuck up, that means you have not mastered the principles yet. So you have to go back to the principles. And if you are still stuck up, then you have to strive hard in order to solve problems in statics.